What's up guys, Greg here to explain my consistent Scoutfly boosted strat for Lava Tube Skip. So here I'm lining up on the box. It's a very precise lineup that you have to do. You have to try and line it up in that exact way every time. His feet should not be tilted forwards at all, but you should be as far towards the end of the box as you can be without his feet being tilted. From there, I pause buffer. And I have a specific way of timing the first pause, but it honestly doesn't matter as long as you get the right pause screen in the Scoutfly jump. From what I can tell, there's about a 2 to 3 frame leniency for the pause within the Scoutfly's jump. That's what the pause screen should look like. If it looks like anything else, you want to get back into the center of the Scoutfly so that you don't fall off and take damage. But if you get that pause screen, it'll work every single time. So here I'm just showing off what a really good way of practicing it is, or the best way to get to Lava Tube's Scoutfly in order to practice it, in my opinion. Obviously you could do out of bounds ledge grabs as a way of practicing both at once if you wanted to, but if you just want to practice the Scoutfly boosted, you want to have a save where I had that save, get that bit of green eco, and then get to Lava Tube. And I'm just showing off what I think is the best movement for practicing it, because despite being quite consistent, my strat, if you get the right pause, have the right lineup, whatever, as I've been explaining, it is very precise, so you need to know what you're looking for, you need to know the lineup like the back of your hand, and I spent a good 15 hours perfecting this setup. So I would say that even for someone to learn from what I've done, it would take at least a good 3 hours maybe before they could get it at all, and then probably a lot longer than that for it to be made consistent, because even I don't get it all the time now, like as it is, because I haven't put enough time into practicing it. But obviously with the way pause buffering works and whatever, if you could learn the lineup to do that correctly every time and learn exactly what the pause screen should look like, you can get it every time. I guess I forgot to mention, whenever you get that pause screen, you want to unpause, and like before you unpause, like on the pause screen, you want to already be holding very slightly forward on the thumbstick, like as if you were going to set up a bill boosted, like do the slowest walk you can. And then what I do is the moment I see Jack move a muscle on my screen, I do the boosted inputs, like square X circle really quickly after each other. But yeah, basically as soon as you gain control, you want to be doing those boosted inputs the moment you start to move with this lineup. That's just what I do. I see Jack move and that's what I react to personally. Some people might find an audio cue better or just learn the timing innately. Whatever works for you, obviously. But yeah, so this is just, for me, the easiest movement to get to the Scoutfly without having to do the out of bounds ledge grab stuff. There are other Scoutflies that I think it's worth practicing on, but obviously none of them are going to be exactly the same as this one. And here, I wanted to show off what would happen if you got the lineup wrong and you were too far forward. If you look closely, you'll see that Jack's feet are tilted very slightly forward, and whenever his feet are tilted slightly forward, you're going to get that pause screen that I just got, and you're not going to be able to jump out of it, and you're going to die. So the lineup really is the most important part, because if you get your lineup right, you should be able to just react to any pause screen so that you won't take damage. So here I am in Mountain Pass, at the end of Mountain Pass, because I think the Scoutfly here is a really good place to practice. Because it's kind of in a similar situation as the one in Lava Tube, but it is on a slight angle, and for that reason, and I don't know exactly why it works this way, but I can't seem to get boosteds out of it with my setup, and I think it's to do with the angle of the Scoutfly, but maybe it's just been too long since I was practicing and I'm lining up wrong. I know these pause screens are correct, but I don't know if my lineup is correct. It could be a couple of pixels off or something. But yeah, so basically if you don't touch the ground in your jump, that means that you've paused at the right time. And then if you get a boosted, that means that you did everything correctly. Is how practicing on this scout fly works, I suppose. And it's just easier because you don't have to go back to Lava Tube from Spider Cave every single time you want to practice the trick. So this is a really useful scout fly box to have for that reason. And then here, obviously that pause was far too late, and so, it's not going to work. Yeah, it's really just learning everything. For me personally, how I time my pauses as well is I listen to Jack or even watch Jack tap his feet after the spin, and I count the taps of his feet as 1, 2, and then count up to 4. So he taps his feet, and I count 1, 2 along with the taps, and then at that same rhythm count to 4. So in my head I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4 to the same speed as he taps his feet, and then I pause the first time right after the fourth count or whatever. And then from here I load my save to go into this area of volcanic crater, because this scout fly is good in that it is flat on the ground like the one in Lava Tube, and you can really see like what angle or what your precise lineup is on the scout fly box's edge. Like you can see the pixels or whatever a lot more clearly from here. And then this obviously is what a perfect boosted off a scout fly with this setup should look like, more or less. Yeah, thanks for watching. I hope this helps. See you later.